So it's back to the actions, and the priest again is in the middle of the sea. So what he's going to do is he's going to rest and gain a focus yet again. He is determined to find a clue in this ocean that he's in right now, and he's going to gain a focus also, so that's going to come back to him there. When you perform a rest action as well, you may roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6, discard his hallucinations card. So I'm going to try that now. 5 or 6, discard hallucinations. 6. So hallucinations is gone. That's gone. So he got attacked by a deep one. He started having horrible dreams of this deep one, but then he realised that he's better than that. He's a man of the god, and he realises that a deep one isn't really much threat to him. So he's over that. He's in the middle of the sea searching for his clue, and now we've got the millionaire. So what he's going to do, he needs spells. So what he's going to do is he's going to travel. He's going to prepare to travel. So he's going to gain a train ticket over here, travel, and then spend the train ticket to end up in Arkham to hopefully gain some spells to get this quest underway for Threatening Seas. And it says here, because I'm hunted, I'm being pursued by whatever person or destiny has befallen me due to the fucking fortune teller in San Francisco. It says here, when you perform a travel action, you may roll 1 die. On a 5 or 6, discard the card. So I can lose my tail if I keep travelling, which I do. So we're no longer hunted, we're no longer hallucinating, so that's great. The conditions have decided to fuck off to the discard pile, which is awesome. And now on to the encounters phase. So hopefully Father Mateo can finally gain a clue from this clue deck here, Cthulhu's Sea Encounters. He's dreaming of the deep one. In your dream, you've become a deep one and hear Cthulhu in your head. If you have a dark pact condition, lose 3 health and 3 sanity. You try to focus on hearing Cthulhu's message. Will -2. If you pass, gain this clue and 1 additional clue. So that's awesome. I also have a reroll, so that's really, really good. So I need to do a will test, -2, so it's 2 dice. Come on, baby. He passes. He's got 6. So he's passed that test. Now he gains 1 clue, gain this clue, and 1 additional clue. So that's awesome. That's really, really good. So he's gained 2 clues now. That has been solved. So that was very, very successful. Luckily, he finally mustered up the courage to understand the dreams that he was having out on the ocean. And now we've got the billionaire in Arkham. He's going to try and gain some spells, because all he needs is a spell to get rid of the portals that are popping up in the sea, because he's got the silver key. So he doesn't need clues to get rid of portals. So he's going to encounter an Arkham space in the hope that he gains an incantation spell. Pardon me. So, at the Miskatonic University's administration building, you tell your story to the school's head librarian. Influence -1. This is great, because all of my tests have been based on influence, and he's been smashing it. So hopefully he can smash it again and tell a great story to the head teacher. What is that? Oh no! He's rolled 2 1s and 2 3s. That's not great. Oh no. Shite. That's not good. He's failed. He's failed it. If you fail, you are forcefully escorted off campus. Lose 1 health. Damn it! God. He's been telling all these stories his whole life and he can't fucking convince a school teacher. Useless. Useless millionaire. So he loses 1 health as a result of that, which is not good. That's pooey heavy smell, that is. That was his encounter in the bag, but he just couldn't do it. He couldn't bring himself to tell a story to a teacher. Rubbish. Rubbish. So that's the encounter phase done. Now it's the mythos phase, coming back to smack us around. Oh god, here we go. Omen track moves across to 1, and there are how many portals matching that? Just the 1, so Doom moves down by 1, so it's now on 5. Monster Surge. So Monster Surge means that any gates matching the current Omen, which is just the 1, means a monster spawns on that space. So I'm going to draw a random monster out, and 1 monster comes pouring out of here, and it's a maniac. So there's some serious business going down in Riley right now. A big zombie horde in the middle of the sea, as well as a maniac. So a maniac's probably just swum over there from Buenos Aires, just wanted to chill out with a zombie horde. And then also spawn a clue. So these are just the Mythos triggers right now, and that's in space 20, so that's over there in the Oceania. Okay, so dark captivation. The image of the strange object. Is constantly in your thoughts. You cannot complete a simple conversation without plotting a way to claim possession of the thing. You certainly do not care what harm may come to you or others in the pursuit of your obsession. Each investigator may spend 1 health and 1 sanity to gain 1 relic unique asset. So this is the blue border Mythos cards. You've got like a little blue eminence emanating from the card here. These are fairly nice to you. They present you with choices or things that could help in the future. So I haven't been drawing any of those recently in the Mythos deck. So this one is not a bad thing. It says each investigator may spend 1 health and 1 sanity to gain 1 relic unique asset, which I'm not going to do. I don't think I need a relic from the unique asset pile, so I'm just going to discount that for now. And nothing else happens. No reckoning effects, nothing. It's just a monster surge, omen, and clue spawning. So that's good. That's good for us. Now back to the actions. So this guy can now travel and fulfill a quest objective because he's got a clue and a spell. This guy just needs a spell. That's all he needs. So he needs to travel to the Eldritch tokens, which are on Atlantis and Hyperborea, both of which have portals above them, which is not great. So Father Mateo is in the middle of the sea right now, so he's not going to be able to get anywhere close just yet, but he can get there on his next turn. So what he's going to do is he's going to continue his journey to the south of Africa. So that's 1 travel action there, and what he's going to do is he's going to gain a ship ticket so he can get to Atlantis on his next turn. So he's going to gain a ship ticket in South Africa. So he's travelled from the sea, he's made the voyage from Buenos Aires to South Africa, and he's gained a ship ticket in the city of South Africa. Our millionaire is going to rest, so he's going to gain 1 health and 1 sanity. So he's back now to full working order. When you perform a rest action, you may push your body to its limit. If you pass, place 1 strength, 1 Eldritch token on his card. So what I'm going to do that. I'm going to push my body to the limit. So test my strength. I get 2 successes. If you pass, place 1 Eldritch token on this card. So I've pushed my body to the limit. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it now just to see what happens. So I place 1 Eldritch token on the card. Every hour that you should have been recuperating, you instead spend mastering new pursuits and vocations. Gain 1 talent condition for each Eldritch token on this card. Wow. Okay, so I don't get rid of the health or sanity. I don't get rid of it. So he's still fairly. He's still got a minor injury and a bit of minor. Oh, but he could rest as well, couldn't he? Yeah, so I'm going to rest as well, so that doesn't make any sense. So he's going to stay there, basically. So he's trained in Arkham. He's going to get a talent condition. So he's going to gain another talent condition. He's already headstrong, which is great, so he's going to gain another talent. And yeah, that's pretty sick, to be honest. There we go, Moxie. Talent. You may reroll 1 die when resolving a will test. Once per round, if you would lose 2 or more sanity, prevent 1 of that sanity, unflip the card. So I've got a lot of protection from sanity loss right now, which is great. So he's headstrong and Moxie. So whatever Moxie means, I don't know what that means. And he also gets +1 during combat encounters for his will test as well. So cool. So that's his go over. Now to the encounter phase. So he's going to encounter a generic city, the priest. And at an estate sale, you bid on a box of historian's books, influence -1, so he's got 2. And he succeeds. Great. If you pass, you obtain a number of informative texts, including his personal diary. Gain 1 clue and 1 old journal, unique asset. So he's got another clue. He's bathing in clues. He's got 3, and he gets a unique old journal asset. Wow. So he's really coming into his own now, the priest. He gets 1 old journal, unique asset. Old journal. Awesome. Old journal. Again, I apologise because searching through these cards takes a long time because there's so many different cards. And as I mentioned previously, I have bought every single expansion to this game, so it's pretty hefty right now. Old journal. Old journal. Doesn't help that the cards flipped over, some of them on the wrong way round as well, which is eggy. Eggy bun time, as we like to say on the channel. Egg. Where is the old journal? Come on, where is it? I'm probably not even going to read the old journal, to be honest. Don't have time to read the old journal. Old journal, there it is. There we go. So as an action, I can test my observation. If I pass, you discover information that may prove useful to your cause. Flip this card. So if I've got nothing else to do, and I'm hanging around, I can read the old journal, and that's pretty cool. It's got the old journal and another clue. So that's fine. So that's his encounter done. We got the millionaire in Arkham, so he's going to try and gain some spells again, so he's going to draw another Arkham card. A sailor at the rope and anchor in Kingsport provides his help. Gain 1 non-ritual spell. Sick. So there we go, non-ritual spell. Non-ritual, here we go. First one is a glamour spell, so there we go. He gets that. You offer what pay you can. Influence, 5. Perfect. Everything that is coming up is great. And he succeeds with flying colours. If you pass, he thanks you. Gain 1 random magical asset from the deck. So he gets a magical asset from the deck also, which is great. So not only does he get a spell that he needs to complete his quest, he also gains a random magical asset, which is fantastic. Magical asset. Magical relic weapon. No, it's not. It's a magical asset, isn't it? What is it? Magical. Oh shit! Where's I put that card? Bollocks cock. Bollocks cock. Arkham. Gain 1 random magical asset from the deck. Yeah. So yeah, it gives me a random thing. The first thing that comes up is a holy spear. Gain +4 during combat encounters. That's fantastic. So now the millionaire not only has a spell, but he now has a holy spear as well, which is fantastic against enemies. So that's the encounter phase done. Now the mythos phase. Here we go. And it's bad. It's very bad. Well, it's another blue border card, which is not too bad at all. First of all, Advanced Omen. That goes back to the top. Any gates that match that omen, none at all. So Doom does not advance, luckily. Reckoning effects. Now we have to do the reckoning effects of everyone on the game board. So firstly, the monster. No investigators are on a sea space, so nothing happens there. Reckoning effects of cards. So the Shroud of Shadow has a reckoning effect, but we do monsters first. So we do the Zombie Horde. So on a 1 or a 2, Advanced Doom. 2, great. It's fucking shit. So that's that. Any more monsters with reckoning effects? No monsters with reckoning effects, just the card. Oh yeah, these. Oh no, the rumours. We'll do the rumours then. Discard 1 Eldritch token from exploring the crater. That's not great at all. Oh no. And then spawn 1 monster on space 19. So that's not good. We've got a Shoggoth over there, which are horrible monsters. That's not good. And then a portal spawns. Where's it spawn? Istanbul. And obviously with a portal comes a monster, which is a Child of the Goat. Okay. So that's all the triggers done. We also need to trigger the Shroud of Shadow as well, because it has a reckoning effect on it. Test my law -1, which is 1 die. Then flip this card. Wow, this is not going to be good. Yes! You control the smoky shadow with your arcane words. No additional effect. Cool. Wow, so that's not great. So that will affect me every time the reckoning comes up, which is great. But it allows me to, during the encounter phase, you may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters. So that's pretty good. So the millionaire is shrouded in shadow right now, but I need to cash that in anyway for the quest. So the spa resort weekend, nice. You receive an anonymous invitation to join an elite scholastic society that would allow you to indulge in the recuperative powers of the underground hot springs and join the other guests in studying just about any athletic, academic or artistic pursuit you can imagine. Wow, another really, really good mythos card in the sense of what happens. So each investigator resolves one of the following effects: recover 1 health and 1 sanity, or lose 1 health and 1 sanity and gain 1 talent. So I'm just going to recover 1 health and 1 sanity, I'm not going to lose anything. So that's how that's going to go. Nice, another nice mythos card, apart from the triggers, of course. Okay, so back to the actions phase. We've got the priest in South Africa, and what he's going to do is he's going to travel and use his ship ticket to get to Atlantis. So he's going to use his ship ticket to get to Atlantis, and hopefully, as an encounter, do the thingamabob quest, Threatening Seas. And while he's over there, he's going to gain a focus as well. He can gain another focus, which is great. So he's now got 2 focus, just to make sure that we can complete this quest. Come on. He's loving life now. He's got 3 clues. So that's his actions. Now, this millionaire now has his spell, so he can also travel to another space and cash in his spell as well. So he's going to grab a ship ticket from Arkham, then he's going to travel to London and spend that ship ticket to go to Hyperborea. There is a ghoul there, so he's going to have to take out the ghoul, but he does have a holy spear, which can help him defeat that enemy, which is great. So now to the encounter phase. So we're going to be using the priest to do a quest encounter, which a quest encounter is on this Threatening Seas card, which I'll display in the bottom corner. So it says, as an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may attempt to prolong Cthulhu's slumber, and that is a law -1. So I need to do a law -1 test. Oh wow, I've got 2 2s. I'm going to re-roll both of those with focus. Come on! No! It's rubbish. Damn it. So I failed that, but I can use clue tokens as re-rolls. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it twice again. Come on! I'm not sure if you can do this. I've focused and I'm also using clue tokens on the same dies. But, you know, comment if you think I'm wrong, but I'm going to use my clues as well. Come on, I want to complete this. Double 6, there we go. Got rid of 2 clues. There we go, 2 clues. Back in the bag. If he passes, he may spend 1 clue and discard 1 spell to place that Eldritch token on this card. So he's getting rid of his clue and his spell to place that Eldritch token on this card. So that's 1 down. Just a millionaire needs to fill out his end of the bargain now and complete that quest to complete Threatening Seas quest. That's the first one of 3 that we need to do. So again, it's a long game, but awesome game at the same time. Excuse me. So now we've got the millionaire. So we've got the millionaire. He is going to be encountering the ghoul, first of all. And apparently this is a will +1, so you actually get 5 will. No, sorry, 2 will. +1 from the protective amulet, and I re-roll 1 die when resolving a will test. So that's cool. So I've got 2, 3. So I've got 3 dice. So I have to do the sanity test first of all from seeing the ghoul, and I fail miserably. I can re-roll 1 die when resolving a will test, so I will do that, which I also fail. Rubbish. So I take 1 damage from the ghoul in. That's not good. And then I fight him with a strength test, and I have to do 1 damage to him. So I get +4 strength during combat encounters. So my strength is 3, so I get 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bucket old ass. 1, 2. Cool. So that kills him. So that he doesn't do any damage to me because his strength is 2. I've done 2 successes, so I'll do 2 damage. So he's dead, which is great. So he is dead. He's dead, which is awesome. He's dead. And now I get to do the encounter, because if you kill a monster on your space, you can then choose to do the encounter. I think you have to resolve the encounter. I'm pretty sure you do. So again, I have to do a law -1. So my law is 1 right now. So that is not great. Oh wow. So yeah, I have to roll 1 dice and hopefully get a success out of it. So come on, please. Come on. Yes! Come on, give it to me! That's great. So all I have to do, because I've got the silver key, it says once per round you may spend 1 less clue to pay for an effect. So I don't have to spend a clue to put on that card. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But what I do need to do is discard this Shroud of Shadow. So I'm going to get rid of that Shroud of Shadow and then place that Eldritch token on the card. So at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve the mystery. So at the end of the Mythos phase, that mystery will be gone, which is fantastic. So speaking of which, the Mythos phase is next. So draw a Mythos card. Oh no, this is a horrible one. So if you ever see these come up, the ones with the tentacles on the outside, these are the horrible ones. These are the really, really horrible ones. So first of all, advance the Omen. And advance the Doom by how many spaces have that. So I think it's just the 1 still, so Doom is now on 3. Reckoning effects of monsters on the board, so Zombie Horde on a 1 or a 2, advance Doom, so now Doom's on 2. Wow, this is going to end quite quickly now I think. Reckoning effects of cards, monsters, that has been done. Now the rumours tick down, so this one goes down by 1. And another monster comes pouring out of that portal over there, and that is a spawn of Sebak. Wow, some horrible monsters coming out over there. That is not good at all. Okay, so that's that. Then the portal spawns in Sydney, which is down there, and with a portal comes a monster, which is a cultist. And in the course of one night, this dark power aged you 20 or more years. Your body has grown frail, and your thoughts have grown dim and uncertain. The ravages of time. So some otherworldly force has just aged our characters, or one character, 20 years. Just imagine that happening to you. Ridiculous. Mental. Each investigator impairs his highest skill. Then each investigator impairs his highest skill. Then each investigator impairs his highest skill. Wow. That is horrible. Wow, that is horrible. Wow, that is not good at all. Wow, so my highest... Wow, that's horrible. That is ridiculously horrible. Okay, so Preston's highest skill is Influence. Wow, that is really bad. That is really, really bad. If you're looking for an easier game, you take these cards out, the ones with the tentacles on, because they fuck you up the ass. They really do. Really, really do. So I impair my highest skill, which is Influence. That goes down by 1. Then I impair his highest skill again, which is still Influence. That goes down by 2. So now he's on 3. And then he'd impair his highest skill again, which is either Strength or Influence. So I'm going to impair his Strength by 1. Wow, that is horrible. That is not nice. So his highest stat is Will. So he will decrease his Will by 1. Then his next highest is Influence or Law. So he will do his Influence by 1, and then he has to do his Law or his Will. So I'm going to do his Will by 2. Wow, that is horrible. That is really horrible. Wow. So these portals that they stepped into, they may have completed the quest at hand, but it has aged their bodies to an extent where they're completely and utterly impaired. So wow, that is really taking its toll on our heroes. That's the end of the Mythos phase. We complete the quest at hand. So Threatening Seas has been completed. So even if we fail the game, we have completed one of the quests at least. So the next quest comes out, and that is Relay Risen. Okay, so eons ago, the city of R'lyeh was plunged to the bottom of the ocean by some forgotten disaster. It has remained trapped there, waiting for the right time to resurface. Now that moment has finally arrived. When this card enters play, place the mystery token on space 3, which is this one here. So this space is going off right now, proper going off. Everything's happening in Riley right now. Zombie Horde, Maniac, now the active quest. This is probably where our heroes are going to die on the quest to Riley, because there's so much going on down there right now, including the Zombie Horde and the Maniac, and a portal as well. So, as an encounter, an investigator on space 3 may explore the island city of Riley by resolving a Riley Risen special encounter, which are over there. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half, solve the mystery. Okay, so that's just going there and solving a mystery. And I need one success, one successful encounter to claim that quest, which is not too bad at all. So there might be still hope for our heroes yet. So that's the Mythos phase done. Now back to the action phase. These rumours are going to go off anytime soon as well, so that's not going to be good for us at all. Oh no, that's not going to be good for us at all. It's just going to be get there as quick as possible, isn't it really? And try and solve it. Zombie hordes are there though, so that's not good, and the Maniac's there as well, so it's just going to be try your luck, isn't it really? So let's go. So we're going to move the priest from Atlantis. He's in the middle of Atlantis right now. He's going to move to the city, and then he's going to try and acquire some. No, there's not very good assets down there, is there? Strength of 2 as well. It's not going to be enough to try and defeat the Maniac and the Zombie Horde. He needs something to go with. Let's try the old journal. Let's test the old journal. So he's going to go into the city down there. I think it's Mexico, and he's going to read through this old journal. His observation is only 1, but fuck it. Let's go. 2. No, he doesn't pass that. So he travels down to the old city, tries to read through a journey, desperately trying to find something that can help, because he's now 20 years older from that aging effect. So that's his actions done. Now, again, this character, he's in Hyperborea right now, so he's going to move to London. And again, he is... He's the only hope left, really, because he's still really, really good in combat. And he's going to grab a ship ticket. Okay, alright. Encounters. So, generic city for our priest. A local politician blames you for several murders and kidnappings. People have been convinced to find and punish you. You try to reason with them. Influence -1, so it's got 2. How do you not reason with them? If you fail, they beat you mercilessly. Gain 1 injury condition and impair strength. Wow. Our heroes are proper taking a beating right now. So I've gained a injury condition and I'm impairing my strength. There we go, leg injury comes up. So he's been beaten to a pulp and he's now got a leg injury as a result, and he also has to impair his strength as well. So that's not very nice at all. Not at all. So our heroes are just getting more and more impaired as time goes on, mainly due to the aging, but that's what you get when you step through portals to other worlds. You come back and time has passed 20 years, and it's just, there you go, that's what happens. Hopefully they know next time not to go through the portals, but there you go. Okay, so that's his encounter. Now, Matey Boy's in London. London's special ability, or London's main encounters, spawn clue tokens, which I pretty much need. So I'm going to do that. Let's go to London and spawn some clue tokens. London. Paul Tragardis shares occult wisdom he gained using a strange crystal. Spawn 1 clue. This goes in number 9, up in Greenland. Nice. You stare into the stone and see ancient glyphs. Law -1. So that's 1 dice. Fail. If you pass, you gain... No, I don't. If you fail, your identity is lost. Gain an amnesia condition. Wow. So my guy's gone to London and stared into a stone for no reason, and now he's forgetting who he is, or what he's doing in the world, and what his purpose is, really. Our heroes at this point are pretty much going mad. They're... Oh, I do get a reroll. No, I don't. Don't think I get a reroll. Let's just go with it. He's becoming. He's forgetting who he is right now. Amnesia. There we go. He's forgetting who he is. Wow, this is not good at all for anyone. We've done that now. The Mythos phase comes up, and we've got a progress yeoman. So that's when Sydney matches that, Hyperborea matches that. So now Doom is on 0. Doom is on 0. So let's find out what happens here. Okay. Doom is on 0. Flip the card. Okay, risen from the sea. At last the time has come. The deep ones have broken the elder sign that kept their master asleep. Cthulhu rises again, and madness fills the dreams of every living thing. When 3 mysteries have been solved, Cthulhu rises from the sea, spawned the Cthulhu epic monster on Space 3. When the Cthulhu epic monster is defeated, the final mystery is solved and investigators win the game. Wow, okay. So this is not good. So I still have to complete those quests and then kill Cthulhu, basically. When an investigator moves onto a space containing an Eldritch token, he becomes delayed, loses 1 sanity and places 1 sanity token on the sheet. Place 1 sanity, each investigator loses 1 sanity for each sanity token on this sheet then. Yeah, so he basically drives everyone mad. Which is not good. So yeah, Doom. This also occurs now as well, so Reckoning of Monsters, Doom, so the Zombie Horde, it's a 2. When Investigator moves onto a space containing each time Doom will advance, place 1 sanity token on this sheet instead, which we're going to do. Each Investigator loses 1 sanity for each sanity on this sheet. We lose 1 sanity each. Okay, so I'm not doing this very well with regards to what's activating at what time. So Zombie Horde's been done because it's a reckoning effect from here. Then we've got the Child of the Goat. What does that do? Roll a die on a 1 or 2, advance Doom by 1. Wow. Doesn't do it, luckily. We've got the Spawn of Thingy-Majig. Each investigator on this space loses 1 sanity. There's nothing there. Shoggoth. This monster recovers all health. Wow, that's not great. Cultist. What does a cultist do? Nothing. Nothing. No cultist reckoning effects. Now we've got test strength, leg injury. So my strength is 1. If you fail, flip the card. I failed, so I'll flip the leg injury card. Infected wound. As you remove the blood-soaked bandages, the wound oozes a foul yellow pus. The pungent scent of the infection causes your head to swim and you nearly vomit. Gain an illness condition. Wow. So that leg injury has evolved into an illness condition, which is not great. Illness, there we go. Poisoned. So he was poisoned by the beating that he took in the city. Okay, now amnesia. So test my will, which is 1. If you fail, flip the card. Failed. Forbidden words. So much misfortune cannot be the side effect of simple bad luck. Your recent string of failures must be due to a hex of some kind. The marking you discover on your body confirms your suspicions. At some point, you spoke the forbidden words. Gain a cursed condition. Wow, so cursed is really bad. Basically means that you can only roll a success on a 6 when you roll a dice, which is not great for us right now because we're impaired to fuck. So we're probably going to be failing everything that we come across now. So that's not great at all. So all the reckoning effects have been solved apart from the rumours. So this one activates first. Discard an Eldritch token from this card. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, draw and resolve 2 disasters. Wow. So 2 disasters happen. So disasters come from the Cities in Ruin expansion. So this goes over there, and we resolve 2 disaster cards, which I have to actually get from the other box because I don't actually have them out right now. These are disasters right here. Oh god, this is not going well. We probably lost this game, I expect, but I'll take you through it anyway, because we've spent all this time doing it. So started off very well, but we didn't get stuff done as quickly as we should have done. So draw 2 disaster cards. Which ones are disasters? Okay, so these are disasters. So disaster cards like this, and we'll do this now. Meteors fall on Istanbul. The rain of fiery stone shatters the city. Marble columns and collapses its domes. The meteorite's thunderous barrage soon reduces the city to rubble. Each investigator on Istanbul loses 5 health and 3 sanity and gains 2 injury conditions. Istanbul is devastated. So when a city becomes devastated, you can no longer encounter that particular space. You have to encounter a devastated city space. So now that's become, Istanbul has become devastated. There still lingers a portal above Istanbul, but yeah, Istanbul's been destroyed. And then meteor showers. The fire above you illuminates the entire night sky. For a moment, the display is beautiful. Then the large stones created a landscape like the wrath of a god. Determine a random space. Each investigator on that space or an adjacent space loses 2 health and 2 sanity. Repeat this process 4 additional times. Wow! Okay. 2 health and 2 sanity. So this could wipe out our heroes just like this. So we've got space number 1. So this meteors hit this area here. No one's over there, so that's fine. Let's do it 4 more times. Wow, this is bad. 6. Wow, so this is this area here. Bang, this hits this character here. So he loses 2 health and 2 sanity. Wow, this is not good. This is not good at all. So he's taken 3 damage and 2 damage. Well, this is the end game. We're in the end game now. So that's the second one. Next, meteor shower is going to hit space number 7, which he is directly on. Wow, so he takes another 2 damage. Wow, he takes another 2 damage and another 2 sanity damage. Wow, he's right in the midst of it now. This priest, he's seeing the end. He's seeing the Armageddon rain down upon him right now. 2 more times for the meteor showers. Space 21, which is down here. Nobody is affected because nobody's down there. And finally, Tokyo. Nobody's affected. A connecting space over here, so nobody's affected by that. But wow, our priest took some serious damage from the meteor showers. That was mental. That was mental. Awesome. I've never had to resolve a disaster card before, but they were horrible. They were really horrible. So thematic as well in the sense that meteors fall on Istanbul, then meteors fall all over the world. So Istanbul is being completely devastated by the meteor showers, and then the whole world gets hit by it too. And then another monster comes out here, over here. Then if there are 4 monsters on this space, so there's another monster that comes out here because of the reckoning effect. On a dead, this spawns somewhere. Move it to the pyramids, so that goes over there. Okay, so that's not too bad. So 4 monsters on that space, that triggers as well. So that's all of the reckoning effects triggered. That was horrible. That was really horrible. Now spawn a gate, Tunguska. That rumour is now removed as well. Wow, so that was really, really bad. Those disaster cards were really horrible. Tunguska, and obviously with a portal, becomes an enemy. So the enemy over here is Jiangxi. Don't know what that is. Never seen that before. Wow. Okay, so that's the portal. That's just the triggers. That's just the triggers of the Mythos card that we resolved just there. Now. Oh wow. The lead investigator, which is the priest, loses all but 1 sanity. If he lost less than 5 sanity, he impairs law, negotiation, and will. Law, negotiation, will. So law, will can't be impaired anymore, I don't think. Wow, so he is literally impaired. he's become an old man now, basically, this priest. He's become an old man and lost all will and lost all sanity. Where are the impairment tokens? Wow, so this is not good for anyone. Where are the impairment tokens? Gone. Oh, they're there. Wow, so yeah, we're going to see this through to the end, but this is pretty much the end game. None of our characters are succeeding in any tests right now because they're all impaired to shit. Wow. Yeah, so he's impaired all of that stuff. That's the lead investigator. So that's the mythos phase done. Okay, so back to the action phase again. So we've got the priest in this city here, and he's just going to gain a ship ticket and then travel. He's going to go to Raleigh. He's going to make one last stand against the zombie horde maniacs, and he's going to try and solve the quest on his own. We're doing a special encounter, but he has to defeat those enemies first. So he's probably going to die, but you know, let's send our characters to our deaths now. They're pretty much the end game is occurring right now. Probably, yeah, it's pretty much end game. So he's done his actions. Now he's going to gain a ship ticket, and he's going to go to Atlantis. Encounter phase, so I need to kill these enemies first. So first of all, the maniac comes at me, and I get a +1 to my sanity, which is currently at a 2, so I get 3. And I fail, so I actually lose another sanity here. So I'm currently on 1 sanity remaining until my character goes mad. And then the strength. So it's a -1, so I've got 1 dice for this. 3, so I take 2 damage, which actually kills Father Mateo. So he died to the maniac in the Raleigh space, so he's dead. Father Mateo has died physically. Now the game says that you can draw more characters and play if your character suddenly dies out of the blue. You can continue the game, but I think the game is pretty much lost right now. And when a character dies, you also advance Doom by 1. And if Doom would ever go, if Doom would advance, place 1 sanity token on this sheet instead. So I'm just going to place 1 sanity token on there, because Doom has retreated. When a hero dies, Doom retreats. So Father Mateo has died at the hands of a maniac pouring through the portal of Raleigh, so he's dead. Return his old journal and his poisoned leg to the reserve, and he is dead. He's dead. Now also, a dead character can also be investigated. So if you go to that particular area where a character had died, you can actually encounter that character's body, which is fairly thematic, I feel. This guy actually had a ship ticket, so he could have, the millionaire could have moved an additional space, so I'm going to put him over there. He actually had a ship ticket from London, I think. So yeah, now that was his encounter. He's dead. Now I'm going to encounter a generic city space, because that's where I'm at. You attend night classes hoping to learn a new skill. Wow, this is what it's come to. This billionaire is just blowing the rest of his money on night classes, while the world goes to shit. Wow, okay. If test my book. My book is 2, so wow, I pass. Yay. If you pass, you master the lessons and acquire insights into the occult world. Gain 1 talent and 1 clue. Gain 1 talent and 1 clue. So I gain a clue, everybody, which is great. I'm not going to defeat Cthulhu. So I gain a clue. Let's just gain a clue. I've got 2 talents as it is. He's not going to be talented enough to carry on. And now it's the mythos phase. Oh wow, it's a blue border one, which means it's going to be nice to us this turn. So advance the omen. How many gates match that? It is just the 1, so advance Doom by 1. But what you would do is place a sanity on the track over there. And then Monster Surge, so any gates that match that, so it's just It's just Riley over here, which is throwing monsters out of it. Poltergeist is now over there as well. Wow, and then spawn clues. So just spawn one clue in space number 1 over there. And you thought you had made no impression on the elderly couple. Even after your vivid tales, they still seemed uninterested in helping you, and yet now you hold their gifts sent from halfway around the world. What could have possibly happened to them? Each investigator may gain 1 resource or spend 1 resource to gain 1 relic. So I'm going to gain a resource, but it's not going to be any use to me right now. But there you go. Back to the actions then. Back to the actions. Could have been worse. Back to the actions. He's going to gain a ship ticket, and then he's going to travel to Riley. This is the final encounter, basically. So he has to take down all of these monsters on his own. So first of all, the poltergeist should have spawned somewhere else. It should have spawned. Oh wow, okay. So when this monster is spawned, the lead investigator gains a Bane condition. Wow. That's not good, because I'm already cursed. That's really bad. Bane. Gain another Bane, that's not great, is it? Wow. That's not great. Cursed, can't become cursed again. Cursed. Jury, deal, Bane, Blight. There we go, got Blight. Discard 1 ally asset. I haven't got an ally. Okay. Wow, so another. I'm cursed and I'm blighted. That's not great, is it really? Okay, so let's first encounter the maniac. So he has a +1 to will. My will is 1, so I get 2 dice there. Plus a 1 from my protective amulet. You may re-roll a die when resolving a will test as well. And I can prevent loss of sanity. I don't need to. So I've succeeded the will test. The maniac is not bothering me right now. Now strength -1. So my strength is currently at 2. So -1 would give me 1 die. But during combat encounters, because of the Holy Spear, I get +4. So I get 5 dice for this. And I need to do 1 damage to him. 1. I'm cursed, aren't I? So I can only get 6s, which is not great. So 6 is 1, which is enough to kill him, but he does 1 damage to me as a result in the difference in strength. So he does 1 damage to me, but the maniac is defeated. Next comes the poltergeist. So this is a -1 will, so that's 1 plus 1. So I get 2. He's got 3. This is bad. So he does 3 sanity damage to me, which makes my billionaire go insane. So I've died. So he killed the maniac, tried to avenge, he avenged Father Mateo. Mateo died to the maniac, so he arrived in the middle of Riley, the risen island, and killed the maniac that killed his friend. But then the poltergeist came out of nowhere and he lost all will to live, and he was driven insane on the island, forever destined to become a madman. But that's been Eldritch Horror. We lost badly. There was a good spell somewhere in the middle where all of our characters were getting good things: Holy Spears, assets, Silver Key, a lot of Bane, a lot of boon conditions and all that sort of stuff. But this game can quickly turn on its head if you don't sort of go out and run after all the side quests and deal with things on the board. They rapidly become out of hand very, very quickly. But one of my favourite games. It is very random, but that's what I like about it. And it is extremely difficult to win a game of Eldritch Horror. And again, that's why I keep coming back to it, because it's very, very difficult. You know, I've killed 2 hours just by playing this game, and it didn't feel like 2 hours at all. I was going through different encounters. The stories that this game tells is really, really good. The actions that you get a lot of actions, but you still feel that you could be doing more on your turn, which then restricts you and makes every decision a fairly massive one. And there's a lot to do in this game as well, so it does feel very, very open in the sense of you can do whatever you want. like going to Shanghai and getting a silver key and diving in the lake to find a silver key that allowed me to finish that first quest quicker than normal. So that's been Eldritch Horror. I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough, and make sure you tune in every Tuesday for more tabletop content. We also have Magic the Gathering themed nights on Mondays, and every fortnight we have a Dungeons and Dragons session or Dungeons and Dragons related video on Wednesdays, so tune in for those. But weekly tabletop content and weekly Magic the Gathering content every week here on Pass the Turn. I've been your board game host, Aaron Francis, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the video if you think it will help anyone play this game, or if you think this game will be right down someone's street, and by all means share it away. But definitely like and subscribe if you like what we've done today. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.